Today we're looking at lesson 2.5 for pre-algebra, which is dividing integers. So, much like multiplying integers, you have the same two rules to remember for dividing integers, and that would be if they have the same sign and you're dividing, then you're going to have a positive answer. So, for example, if they're both positive and you're dividing, you're going to have a positive answer. If they're both negative and you're dividing, you're going to have a positive answer. And you always apply these rules, and this goes for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You're always applying them to two numbers at a time. Now, the other rule to remember would be if you have one negative and one positive, and you're dividing, your answer would always be negative. So we have an example here of negative 63 divided by 7. Since we have one negative and one positive, we're going to have a negative answer. And so we do 63 divided by 7, which gives us 9. So my answer is negative 9. Here's another way to write division, and that looks like a fraction. We have 110 over negative 10, and that means 110 divided by negative 10. Again, we have one positive and one negative. So we're going to be dividing 110 divided by 10, which gives us 11. And my answer is going to be a negative 11 because you have one negative and one positive. Here's another example where we have the same sign, so negative 35 divided by negative 5. Since they're both negative, my answer is going to be positive 7. And then again, of course, when they're both positive, your answer is also going to be positive. So we have 39 divided by 3, which gives me positive 13. Here we have two expressions where we need to evaluate. They give you the values for the variables, so we plug those in first. We have 4 times negative 5 divided by negative 2. So multiplication comes before addition, or we go from left to right technically here. So we have 4 times negative 5 is negative 20 divided by negative 2, which would give us a positive 10. Then we're going to use the next one, x and y, so 4 times negative 7 divided by 2 times 14. And we're going to do multiplication first, and then we divide. So 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. Divided by 2 times 14, which is positive 28. So you're going to get a negative 1. And the last problem has to do with the mean, or the average is another word for it. So Linda has scores of negative 3, negative 2, 1, and 0 during her 4 rounds of golf. And we're supposed to find the mean of her golf scores, or the average, which basically just means add up all the numbers and divide by how many there are. So if we have negative 3 plus negative 2 plus 1 plus 0, that's 4 numbers. So we divide by 4, but we need to add negative 3 plus negative 2, which is going to give us negative 5. And then negative 5 plus 1, because plus 0 doesn't change anything because of the identity property. So negative 5 plus 1 is going to give me negative 4. If we go back to the adding and subtracting rules, remember you subtract and you take the higher absolute value sign. So that's what we did here. And we should get negative 4 as our total, and then we're going to divide by 4 because there were 4 numbers to get negative 1 as the mean, or the average score. And that concludes lesson 2.5.